Mm, okay. So, I didn't really know how to start this video. As you can tell by the title, I was like constantly just like practicing over and over what I was gonna say, and I think I got it. So I'm just gonna get into it. So, I just want to tell a story about what happened with me recently, and hopefully it'll help anybody else out there that's like struggling with like something similar that I'm going through. As like fellow content creators or anyone just trying to like put themselves there out there in general. But basically, I just wanted to talk about how I struggle with really putting myself out there, and the steps I have to take from overcoming my fears and stuff like that. But basically, what happened is that I went to Anime NYC over the weekend, and I had a great time. I went with me and my friends, and we all had a great time. But I went there specifically with the mission of doing interviews. The reason for that is because I have a channel, I have social media, and I try to branch out into different avenues. Like I like to like post memes, I like to discussions, I like to do reviews, all that type of stuff. And interviews is part of the process because it's like I like interacting with new people. I guess I should just give a backdrop about my channel for anyone that's like new watching this. But basically, the channel, the late developers, the purpose of this channel is to connect with people that probably feel the same way I do, where you're a late bloomer, you haven't really done much in life, you're just kind of like feeling like you're getting a bit older in life, you're taking the next step, you might be in school, you might have finished school, you might be at like a dead end job, but you have a dream and you want to follow it, or you're still trying to figure out that dream maybe. And basically this channel is like proof, genuinely, because like you see these people and they have like these really cool names, or like they look a certain way or they do certain things, and you're like, oh, that person was always meant to be a star. I don't really see myself in that light. My name is like Joshua Lewis. It's not really anything spectacular or catchy, you know. Uh, and so it's like kind of like the whole purpose of the channel is to like prove that like, yo, if like this plain guy, who just watches anime and plays video games all day, he can make something of himself doing something that he genuinely loves and has a passion for, then anyone can do it. And that's what the purpose of the late developers is. That's, part of the name is like the late developers. It's like, it doesn't matter what age you are, because I'm 25. It doesn't matter if you're 35, 45, 55. It's like, there's always time as long as you're willing to put in the effort. And that's like the purpose of this channel, is to prove that you don't have to be popular at school, or you didn't have to be cool or out in the street or have all these connections. It's just all it takes is just you putting yourself out there. And it might not happen overnight, it might not happen in a day, it might not happen in a year, because I've had this channel for a while, and it might take you 5, it might take you 10 years, but you'll get it one day. All it takes is you figuring out like how you like doing things, and like how you can get other people to see you enjoy doing those things. I guess that's the purpose of the channel. So, Anime NYC comes, and I'm a big anime fan, so I'm like, okay, I want to connect with people. I want to hear their opinions. I want to hear their takes. That's what the whole purpose of the channel is about. Is hearing from other people who have similar stories to me, and learning about their lives and what they're passionate about and what they care about. And so I'm like, hey, do these interviews, but like, I was terrified the entire time because this is my first time putting myself out there, and obviously, first time you do anything, you're gonna be scared. Doesn't matter if it's like riding a bike or flying a plane. It's gonna be scary, and so it's not so much that I'm like insecure about like what other people think about me. It's more so like I'm just not used to putting myself out there in the first place. And, honestly, I'm gonna be real with you, the videos are terrible. Like, I'm kind of like, I'm asking, basic questions. The audio is so bad. The camera angles are off. And, I'm like, I'm a big guy, so I'm sweating in like most of it. And it's like, it's so bad. And my issue isn't that it's bad, it's more so just putting myself out there in the first place and letting other people see that I'm bad. Cause I don't know if you guys have ever heard this like quote before. I saw it on like the internet at one point, but it's like your first interview is gonna be bad. Your first podcast, your first whatever is gonna be bad. But the only way you can get to 100 is if you start at one. So, this is my first time doing anything like this. It's my first time even at an anime convention, or a convention in general, I guess I should say. And, I made the most of it. You could see me like nervously asking around, looking around. I wasn't really sure how to get started. I was honestly scared I wasn't even allowed to record in the first place because I didn't see anyone else doing it. So I'm like, maybe they have like a no camera roll. So I spent like the first like 3 hours there just trying to find like a good spot to record. I ended up picking like this sort of like food court like thing, where it was still pretty noisy. So like I said, the audio just wasn't that good. So I'm gonna try to do my best to like, mitigate the sound issues. But it is what it is. Like I said, I'll have to get better with recording and working camera. So I'm doing it by myself. My friends are there, but they're not trying to be part of the late developers, and that's okay. When it comes to having friends, your friends are there to support you, but it doesn't mean just because you want to be a boss that they have to be your employees. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I had my own camera stand, I had my own mic. They were there in the back. I didn't even know that they were there, honestly. Um, so it's fine that I didn't need their help or anything like that. Like I said, so I'm probably, oh well, it would have still been nice of them to help you out or like make sure the camera's good or stuff like that. Like, no, I don't think so. It's like this is something that I wanted for myself personally. So I intentionally told him like, hey guys, I don't really, I don't want your help because it's not. You guys got your own things going on for you. So I just yeah, just go do your thing, go get some food or whatever, and I'll just do interviews while you guys are eating and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I don't want to make the video too long. I don't really have a lot to say. I just want to get ended where I'm saying that like the reason I'm making this video right now is because it's good to like verbalize what you're struggling with rather than keeping it bottled in. And it's not so much that I'm using YouTube or social media in general as therapy for myself, but more so I want to make like a promise to like anyone that's watching this and to myself, when I'm editing this and I'm, going through it, that like this is like a promise to myself that I'm gonna keep pushing forward because, like I said, this is something I want for myself. I want to keep pushing myself until eventually, like, I have 1 million subscribers and I'm rich and famous for making videos in front of a camera all day. That's the goal. Like, I do it for fun. But like if you're having fun and you're getting paid while having fun, that's like all you could ever ask for. That's not to say that like, being a content creator is the only way to succeed in life. If you want to be a carpenter, you genuinely love like, I don't know, hammering nails into plywood or something like that. That's genuinely what you like, then go for that. But carpenters gotta eat too. They gotta make a salary. This is just, what I chose. I love talking a lot. I'm a talker, yapper, big yapper. And I also love anime. I love manga. I love video games. I love movies. Love TV shows. So I made my channel about that. I'm not qualified to give anyone advice. So it's not like I can make like a self help thing. The only thing I can do is, show people what I've gone through. And like I said, hopefully you can feel the same. And I'd love to hear your stories. I really would. So if you got this far into the video, please, tell me, like, some things you're struggling with in the comments. Like, tell me, something that, like, you feel like, and it's okay if you chickened out too. Tell me something that, like, you wanted to do and you either did and you were scared while doing it, but you pushed yourself to do it and you were, like, proud that you did it, you know. Or tell me a time where you were scared to do something and you didn't do it and you regretted not doing it. And he's like, whether it's too late, maybe it's like asking out a girl before you moved away or something like that. Or, trying to apply for a job that you just think you're not going to get or something, I'd love to hear your stories because, like I said, this is the place for that because I don't really have a lot to offer outside of just giving you guys me. So yeah, with that in mind, I'm gonna end the video here. Like I said, I just wanted to talk about like what I struggle with personally, which is like putting myself out there for the whole world to see, and then just having to deal with that because I've been staring at this like editing screen for like a day. I went to Anime NYC on Saturday, and I'm uploading this video on Tuesday, which means I was editing it Monday, yesterday, and I stared at it all day Sunday because I was scared to touch these videos, So, with that in mind, it's like, yeah, uh, don't be afraid, you can do it, but you have to, like, believe in yourself first and acknowledge that you're scared because if you try to bottle it up, you might make the wrong moves and you might not appreciate how far you've come. But definitely, like I said, this is a promise to myself that I'm gonna keep going through here. But I think the video is like 10 minutes long already, 12 minutes long. I have to cut some parts out. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Last thing, I really am trying to grow the channel to 1,000 subscribers. We're so close to that. And same thing, if you have social media, have Instagram, I'm really trying to reach 1,000 followers on Instagram. We're even closer there. And I'll be doing a different version on Instagram. So if you came from Instagram, thank you so much for watching, or even maybe TikTok. I'll upload to TikTok too. Yeah, like I said, just learning how to deal with my insecurities. So yeah, uh, that's something that's going to really talk about. So thank you guys for watching. Have a good day. But make sure you comment. Make sure you comment that what insecurities you struggle with too. So thank you so much. Hi, excuse me. You want to do an interview? You want to do an interview? Hi, you want to do an interview? You want to do an interview? You want to do an interview? I just ask you like a quick question. Okay. How do you want to do an interview? I just ask you like an anime question. Okay. Oh, Zoro, you want to do an interview? I just ask you a quick anime question. You want to do an interview? Sure. Okay. Great. Perfect.